As much as there is pretty privilege, there's also ugly entitlement. Recently, I've been seeing a lot of pretty girls get insulted by ugly people. And I'm gonna say ugly because if you are unprovokingly insulting someone, you are ugly. So these pretty girls get insulted by these ugly people. Then the pretty girls respond, and all of a sudden, everybody wants to hop on the bandwagon of attacking the pretty girl. And now all of a sudden, this pretty girl is the victim, even though she's just responding to someone who was insulting her. Because someone looks good, they are not your punching bag. And you start victim shaming the pretty girl for responding. It's all messy. It's all really messy.
Yeah, so to this creator's point, I noticed that a lot of unattractive or quote unquote ugly people can dish it but can't take it. They can absolutely dish ugliness and nastiness towards you, but when it comes to you giving it back to them or simply just defending yourself, they cannot take it. It is such a bruise and hit to their ego. And it's like, wow, so you could be nasty to me. You could be vile and disgusting to me. You can come out of your mouth and say something so ruthless and so low and so vindictive to get a reaction out of me and to, siphon my energy. But when I defend myself against you, suddenly I'm taking it too far. Suddenly you have this village of people behind you trying to protect you from me because I'm the big, bad, beautiful woman. Like, let's really talk about this, because there is a level of entitlement that comes from people who don't share the same privileges as you when it comes to having access to you and how you handle them. They feel entitled to you being gentle and kind to them, even when they don't offer you that same grace and that same kindness. I noticed that. It's almost like they expect you to be the bigger person all the time. They expect you to be more forthcoming, more kind, more genuine, more sweet. Basically, be everything that they aren't. They've ran into people who have been very forgiving, genuine, kind to them, and they've been able to get away with their dirty deeds, and they've been able to get away with being nasty, being horrible to people, because they can bank on you being the bigger person, which makes them feel like they can do whatever. But when they run into someone like me, and I know a lot of you are also like this, where you don't play that, they almost are offended and hurt that you have the audacity and you have the capacity to defend yourself and to tell them, no, not going for that. I will not tolerate that. I will not accept that. And this is, again, entitlement. It's a form of entitlement that not a lot of people talk about, but I'm glad this creator, brought it up, because that is a thing. People feel entitled to your grace. Let's just put it plainly. They want you to be so gracious toward them and give them so many passes and be the bigger person so they can continue to make pretty women feel uncomfortable, feel less than, and second guess themselves, because they second guess themselves. So all what they do to hurt beautiful women because they are lacking beauty, they're banking on you not really picking up on that and you just kind of turning a blind eye to it while they continue to terrorize you and women like you. But the second that you speak up, I noticed that a lot of people around that bully tend to camaraderie around that person. They tend to come together to boost that person up because they don't have your beauty. So it's like, oh, she's bullying the girl who's actually the bully. Like, they feel like they have to protect the ugly girl. And again, like this creator said, if you're being nasty to someone unprovoked, if you are going out of your way to be a disgusting human being to another woman because of how she looks unprovoked, you're immediately ugly. So this goes for women who are pretty, but treat other pretty women like they're her competition or like they're a threat to her. And it also goes for women who are actually not attractive, okay? So they will come to the aid of the quote unquote ugly person, because if you're lacking, a privilege, they feel like, well, let me help the person who's less fortunate, and that part is crazy, because yeah, you can say that they're quote unquote less fortunate because they don't match up to the person they're bullying when it comes to beauty, but they're mistreating someone. So why are you giving them a pass because they may not be as beautiful as the person who they're going after? And why are you so hell-bent on protecting this bully just because the person who they're bullying is pretty? Like, I think as society, we need to start to unpack some of these like biases we have toward beautiful women, where we feel like they can hold their own and they don't need protection, they don't need allies in certain situations. Most beautiful women are by themselves. They move through this earth with little to no help or little to no, support. So the fact that there is someone attacking them for their beauty and they don't have anyone to ride for them, how this ugly person has someone to ride for them, it's kind of disgusting to me. Why we've normalized that. Like, oh, she's less fortunate than you, so you shouldn't talk to her like that. Or, oh, she's not as pretty as you, so you saying that is going to hit a lot harder than anything she says to you, so you should just calm down, like be the bigger person. She's clearly jealous of you. Just let her be. She doesn't need to, you don't need to talk about her looks. You don't need to give what she's giving to you back to her. Huh? We need to really, as a society, start to ask why we've made these things normal. Because in making this normal, we have normalized not so pretty women or pretty women who have ugly spirits. We have normalized them being ugly to other people and get away with it scotch-free. That's abuse. I don't care how you want to frame it, how you want to put it. If someone is going after somebody unprovoked, if someone is trying to be manipulative, nasty, rude for no reason, projecting, whatever they're doing, negging, that needs to be checked. That doesn't need a group of people supporting it. It does not need 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 people supporting it and bringing it to the top and putting it on a pedestal. Just because the packaging of the person is unattractive, you feel like, oh, well, let me help this person because they're less fortunate in the looks department, even though they're terrorizing beautiful women who are minding their business. That doesn't make sense. I think it's time that people who have ugly spirits and people who are not attractive on the outside, who are nasty to women who are attractive on the outside, they need to be held accountable, not protected by society out of pity. Okay? This is a very, controversial topic, but I don't give a F. I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm quite tired of beautiful women having to bear the brunt of low self-esteem and insecure women and their feelings that they refuse to deal with. And they choose to terrorize people who are secure and happy. Like, you've chosen not to deal with your insecurities and you want to take it out on me, unprovoked. I'm sitting here minding my business, eating a sandwich, and here you come talking about, ew, why you eating the sandwich like that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to make a spectacle out of me eating a sandwich. Like, I'm just giving an example. But this is how petty, low vibrational, insecure, ugly people behave. They make anything and everything women do, who they're threatened by, a spectacle. They make it a whole show. They have to bring other people in on it. They have to tease you, mock you, project onto you, make you second guess yourself, make you be fearful. Like, when are we gonna all be honest with people who behave like this, that they need to go heal? I'm tired of these types of women having 50 friends. I'm tired of these types of women having all this support and all this this push, when they are the cancer in the community of women. Like, they are literally a thorn in our side. But they have so much community. They have so much support and so many people backing them because of pity, because they feel sorry for them, because they have an ugly spirit or because they have an ugly face. And that, I feel, is not enough to befriend someone, to stay in a friendship, to build a friendship group around, oh, I pity this person and I like how they tear other pretty girls down. That makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel good about how I look. So I'm going to kick it with her. I'm going to hang out with her. I'm going to give her my friendship. We need to start checking women who have these types of friends and these types of friend groups. And we also need to start staying away from them, because these are the same women that will make you believe that the pretty girl who decided to defend herself and stand up for herself is the villain. They'll spread rumors about her. They'll spread lies about her, all because she stood up to the girls who, quote unquote, don't have the same privileges as her. Therefore, she's the one that's wrong instead of the person who started it with her. How does that make sense? So because I look how I look, I don't deserve to defend myself against someone who doesn't look like me. I'm supposed to just let it slide because, if I take it there with her, I'm taking it too far. I'm being cruel. I'm being mean. They love to throw that mean girl thing around. Am I mean, or am I protecting my peace and I know how to defend myself and I love myself enough to defend myself? I don't know, ladies. You drop down in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this topic. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.